Hi, everybody. This is Jill here with Illuminating Women, and we are having, during this COVID-19, an opportunity called our Coffee Break Connect, where we take 15 minutes, just time for you to fill your coffee cup or your tea cup and come sit down and sharpen your skills and keep that toolkit going. And especially right now where we have so much happening, we only want to take 15 minutes of your time just to kind of plug in, take a break, learn something new, and just connect. And today I'm so excited to bring to you from Life Spring Coaching, our good friend, Laurie Carlson, who this woman, every time I'm around her, I learn and I learn and I learn, and I just feel better each time. So Laurie, we welcome you to this place, and thank you for taking time for our Coffee Connect to teach us something new today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jill. I really appreciate it.
All righty, take her away.
All right, cool. So I have noticed, I'm sure everybody's noticed, that, we're all at home, right? And we're trying to take care of ourselves, but I bet we're not doing it. I'm not doing it, or I haven't been until recently. So I thought I would teach us 3 kind of quick things to do. I don't know about you, but since being home, I'm more busy rather than less busy. And then at the end, I would like to share with everyone, I am hosting a 7-day self-quarantine challenge to help everyone put together a self-care menu. So that when you're like, oh, I'm kind of getting ragged around the edges, you'll have a place to go to, choose from. So I'll share that link at the end. But my 3 tips for you right now are 3 different ways to come at stress right now. So the first one is, we're all in fight or flight, whether we admit it or not. The brain is reacting to what's happening in the world because it is a threat, right? And so that fight or flight, we need to talk to our primitive brain, our lizard brain, whatever you want to call it. So one thing we can do is say, in this moment, I am safe. So why don't we all say that together right now? Maybe close your eyes, take 1 deep breath. In this moment, I am safe. And I don't know, I just feel the whole nervous system, starting to, okay, downregulate. And that's what we need to do with these. We need to take little breaks through the day and really talk to that part of our brain that wants to engage in maybe reading the news or, getting wound up. Because it's always going in the background, right? This stress. So I have found just saying I am safe might not be enough because the unconscious mind might not believe that. So when we add in this moment, that is true. So however you need to modify that statement to make it true for your brain, please do. But in this moment, I am safe. I have found to be super handy. But again, modify it for you. If your brain goes, no, I'm not, find the right words. The second thing I'm going to teach you is an acupressure or tapping point, and it's called the gamut point. It's G-A-M-U-T. So I'll show you on the back of my hand. See, this is between my ring and pinky finger. And I'm down here on the bones that lead up to my ring and pinky finger. It's right here. And you want to take the pads of your 2 fingers, and you can either tap right here or press with medium pressure. And we're pressing there and continuing. You want to breathe again. And this is kind of called the holy crap point. And what it helps to do is calm your vagus nerve. If you've heard of the vagus nerve, this is like the central nerve. You can also tap like this if you prefer tapping. Personally, I find tapping kind of annoying because it can overstimulate my nervous system even more. So if you're just pressing with a medium pressure, after a while, you will get a little release of oxytocin. And this is what we're not getting right now, because we're not getting hugs. We're not getting physical contact right now. And we really need that, right? Studies have shown, you know, babies that don't get held when we're not getting physical contact, we're not thriving. So this gamut point is your BFF right now. You want to be feeding your brain oxytocin as much as possible. And this is one of the ways. If you're, you know, so you can just be pressing or tapping on that throughout the day. It's not going to hurt you, not going to harm you. And everybody experiences a little bit of a different feeling when they get the oxytocin. I call it a hit. I just kind of feel like, oh, everything's okay all of a sudden. Just like a light, happy feeling in 2 or 3 minutes. I find the more that I use that point, the faster it comes. So at first, it might take you a little bit longer. You might be like, oh, this isn't working. Just stay with it, relax, it will come. And you might want to take a few deep breaths while you're doing it. So feed your brain that oxytocin, that thing we're not getting from the hugs and the snuggles, unless you're in quarantine with your loved one, but still they can't meet all of your snuggle needs, right? And we're supposed to even be doing some social distancing with the people in our households, especially if, you know, we're going out and running errands, right? We don't want to be too snuggly. And then the third one is power posing. Have you guys ever heard of power posing? So I'm going to do one. My favorite one is the Wonder Woman. Here, let me see if I can make my camera go up. I guess you can't see me, but you're going to put your feet about hip distance apart and then your hands on your hips like Wonder Woman does, and stand and look out kind of as if you were looking out at the horizon. So obviously it gets you up out of your chair, but it also changes your whole, how your brain is perceiving things as well when you're standing like this. So yeah, the power pose, if you've ever watched Amy Cuddy, she talks about the power posing and how that just changes our perception of feeling powerful. And right now, all of us are feeling really not powerful, right? We don't have a lot of control. We don't have any control about what's happening outside in the world. We do have control over how we experience it. And so that's where these tips are coming from, is to help you change your personal experience of what's happening as much as possible. And that power pose physically takes you out of your seat and from a kind of a receptive mode into, you know, I feel powerful. And that can really help in this time when we're all feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm kind of at the whim of the outside world. Well, let's take a stand for what we are in control of, and that's our own experience. So those are my 3 tips for you. They are: I am safe in this moment with a deep breath, the gamut point, either pressing or tapping to give yourself that oxytocin that you're not getting, and then the Wonder Woman pose so that you can move out of like, oh, I'm not in control, to feeling powerful about your experience. And actually changing your physiology is so important part of feeling powerful. So those are my 3 tips for you today. And if you're interested in learning more, I do have a worksheet for you that I can share at the end. People want to download, to write this down. Quick things that you can do, because, when we're stressed, we forget all of this, right? We lose access to our logical mind. We lose access to our prefrontal cortex. So on the worksheet, it's a place for you to just write down your quick self-care tips, so that when you need them, you just go to the list. That's all you have to remember, is to go to the list and do what feels good in the moment. And then, like I said at the beginning, in my 7-day challenge, we'll be coming up with a more comprehensive menu, so that you can develop things that maybe take a little bit longer, go a little bit deeper, and that's available to you. And I can share that link as well for anyone who would like to participate in that.
Laurie, that was wonderful. I can already feel my energy just much smoother here. So if you want to send me that link, and I will link it, because this is being videoed, and I will link that, and you can also put it in the chat box.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat.
Hi, Bettina. It's great to see. I'd love to see all these ladies jumping on right now, where we have just 2 more minutes. And I'd like to just add, sometimes I've heard that even giving ourselves a hug,
Yes.
hug is yeah, like that. And and being grateful when we have those that we can't, and our animals that we can love and touch. So if I see there is one chat, I'll see what the question is. Could we hear more about Wonder Woman? Thank you. This is from, so we do have a couple minutes.
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
So Amy Cuddy is a researcher. I forget what university she's out of. But the Wonder Woman pose, she studied the neurology of that pose. That is just one of the poses. You can go and see her TED Talk if you Google Amy Cuddy, C-U-D-D-Y. The Wonder Woman pose actually, again, is standing with your feet hip distance apart and your hands on your hips, and your chest open and your chin slightly up, like you're looking out at the horizon. And you want to just do that for a few beats. I usually actually do it to music, and stand like this. It changes the way your brain is perceiving the situation that you're in. And what I was saying is, it changes you're feeling like powerful when you stand that way. So right now, I think feeling powerful and rooted and grounded, and like we feel so powerless right now, to put your body in that. So it's not just thinking about feeling powerful, it's actually putting your body in a powerful stance, right? And then standing there, and maybe, so you could add a song if you like that helps you to feel powerful, and look out over the horizon kind of, and notice how even your thoughts change, your feelings change from standing in that pose physically. I hope that answers your question.
I think it does. As you can see, once again, here comes
Yes, there's your girl.
Yeah, the dogs are reacting. So Laurie, thank you so much. This is our 15-minute coffee break and connect. We're going to stop the recording. Anybody would like to stay on for a few minutes just to chat and connect and touch base? It's great to see Eileen jumped on the call here too. Laurie has Life Springs Coaching, and she is going to put the link in the chat box. You can look at the chat box. I will also add that to this video. So thank you, everybody. Please continue. My dog is just doing. Please continue to stay healthy and strong, and know that your community, Illuminating Women, cares deeply about you, reaching out if you're feeling down and low. And I'm just so grateful. Again, Laurie, thank you for providing today great information. Blessings, everybody. Take good care. We love you. Bye-bye.